Where two or three are gathered bashing fussy hair, you must be in their midst. Yes, you. Hey guys, it's Julie here. How has your week been? I foresee great things this week for you. Amen. Hallelujah. Okay, so I saw this video on TikTok that just had me shaking my head. My head full of gorgeous falsy hair, mind you. It was this girl on TikTok that just woke up unprovoked and decided to share with the world her strong admiration for looser textured hairs, which is like fine, but it's not exactly what she's saying, but how she's saying it. Oh, and her caption literally says, I can't foresee that for me, and don't tell me to get no kinky curly hair.
Okay.
Interesting. So yeah, let's keep that in mind and watch the video.
The only bitches I'm jealous of, and I ain't even afraid to say it, the only I'm jealous of is the bitches who...
Okay, see, I'm not trying to be somehow, but when I see women who casually refer to other women as the B word, I just cringe. It just seems to me like these women are intellectually impaired. Like, how do you casually delete the word woman from your dictionary, from your vocabulary, and replace it with the crassest, most derogatory word for this gender? Maybe it's the Nigerian in me, but I just cringe at that word. I've never felt empowered by it. I do understand some women see it as empowering, but I just find it really cringe. But I digress. Let's move on.
Only I'm jealous of is the bitches who hair match them curly bundles. I'm talking the ones that be like water wave. I'm talking the water wave. Like, you know, when you get your water wave wig, I'm not talking no curly wig. I'm not talking no deep wave. I'm talking water wave. Not wet and wavy, water wave. I'm talking that curl that stay juicy after you wet it, condition it. No matter what you do, them curls are still soft and juicy. I'm not talking about them curls that you wear in your wig all day and you gotta have a Kira spray bottle and a brush. I'm talking to bitches who real hair match them water wave honest. Bitch! Ah! I just seen this bitch hair seamlessly. Like, y'all, the bundles are so long. Like, they're so long. They're down to the bottom of her ass. And all her leave out matches that curly texture. Those are I'm jealous of. Oh, how could be like you really got like that's like ultimate hairstyle. Like, you don't have to worry about no type of heat damage, no type of nothing like no type of curling your leave out and match the flip over method. No, your hair matches that texture.
So she's going on about some water waves and how she's jealous of women whose hair naturally looks like that, and she just thinks they have life on easy mode. I think the grass always seemed greener on the other side. If you go deep into hair talk, you'll find that every demographic of women have their own, I hate associating this word with hair at this point, but yes, struggle with their own hairs. Even people with stick straight hairs.
You playing, sweetie?
Amanda.
Oh, who are you?
I'm Amanda.
Right? Yeah, the water wave girlies don't just wake up and have their hair. There is some prepping, spraying with water, using gels and mousses, diffusing, and other basic hair care things to get it to look smooth and blended with their bundles. Or just to have the quote-unquote perfect curls. Even when you look through comments of these tutorials, you see other young girls with their hair type saying things like, mine never looks like that, how did you get your hair to do that, mine looks weird when I do that, just things like that, expressing that they still have their own struggles in trying to find the perfect hair care. Funny to me, because there is also a category of girls with the so-called water wave curls that get so frustrated with their hair and wished it was bone straight too. Like I said, the grass always seems greener on the other side. So it seems like some people truly can never be happy with where they are. They keep looking up, ahead, across, from side to side to see who supposedly has it better, to see whose life they can long for, whose glass slippers they can slip their feet in. I call it the stepsister syndrome. You know, like Cinderella's stepsisters, just dissatisfied with their lives, wanting to covet Cinderella's life, her grace, her demeanor, and her shoe size. All the while neglecting to focus on theirs and just being the worst possible versions of themselves. When you become the stepsister who has idealized someone else's life or something that they have and just go around spilling your guts at how you think you're below them, you just look pathetic, especially for something as simple as hair. I like to say it's deeper than hair, but then it's also as simple as hair. People were created differently. You have a certain hair texture and they have theirs. You look away with your texture and they look away with theirs. The way of the world is to create hierarchies. So some people can be on top and some people at the bottom. For the most superficial things sometimes, like hair. 4C hair happens to be put in that bottom space while straight hair occupies the topmost space by Eurocentric standard, which trickles into other societies, of course. And many of you 4C hair havers help perpetuate and hold on to that useless ideology. You're always moaning about what your 4C hair can't do and never focusing on its own uniqueness and strengths and what it can do. When it's time to create 4C hair puns on how bottom barrel and difficult you consider it, you people will pull up like the Avengers, pulling out tricks from your hearts like some magicians whose rents are due. You never run out of the different colorful language on how nature has failed you by giving you 4C hair. My 4C hair could never. I can't foresee my hair doing this. I can't foresee this for myself. Cries in 4C. I tried to do a wash and go, but there were just some unforeseen circumstances. And then you look around to see who agrees. Like, shut the hell up. Put a water curl wig on if you feel so ill about it. I'm tired of the crying. I'm tired of sugarcoating. It's literally just hair at the end of the day. Get over it. Because your incessant moaning won't change a thing. If you feel so ill about it, chemically alter your hair or chop it off so you can have peace. Stick to the wigs that match the textures you wish you had and stop with the 4C hair is the worst hair type proclamations. I'm not even saying the creator of this video is bashing 4C hair particularly. I mean, she did mention it in her caption, but these type of videos are breeding grounds for texturism. Some of you are always on the prowl, always on the lookout for posts like this so you can bond over how much you hate your hair in the comments. It's pathetic. And you can be like, oh, but Julie, what's it to you? It's their hair. They're allowed to hate it if they want. I want you to think for a second why it's so normal to say things like these regarding the hair type an entire demographic of women have. People associate 4C hair with being African. They expect Africans to have this, and it is the commonest hair type for West Africans especially. So that automatically makes it bad for some people. So when they are quote-unquote cursed with not having the quote-unquote good hair or mixed girl hair type, they think it's a good idea for them to make it everyone else's problem. And here's the thing. When you girls give platforms and a safe space for 4C hate, you're making it okay for other people who don't even have the hair type to do the same thing too. Now let's take a look at this albino alligator.
Now, you lot with 4C hair, you have sponge heads. You literally can't style your hair. Your hair is the same consistency when it's dry and when it's wet. Your hair could damn near be as long as mine. I'm talking about down here. And your hair will literally look like you barely got anything. Cut your hair off. There's no point in growing that out. You're cooked.
Literally looks like the alligator Doechii has on her album cover, but that's neither here nor there.
Talking about the worst types of hair, and in that video I put 4C as the worst type of hair, but I didn't mean as the worst hair. I was talking about the worst hair to take care of, manage, or style. To clear things up, I am not half black, I am not light skinned, I am not mixed. I am full Arab 100%.
Bombastic side eye.
Listen, you're giving ammunition to people who need something to tuck away for the meantime, but pull out to end you when they're not so pleased with you anymore. You think those girls with the curls you covet feel bad for you? You think they want to say, oh, I'm sorry, girl. You deserve to have a hair like mine. It's too bad you have that instead. Seriously, what do you want them to say? Oh, girl, I feel you. I'm glad I'm not cursed with a hair like yours. I mean, I do have my own struggles, but I'd rather have that than having your hair type. It's literally the worst. I can't even imagine. I'd be so depressed if I were you. Need a hug? Imagine if they said that. Oh, Paul, you can touch this side of my hair though. It might cheer you up, but don't you dare cut any strand off to go tuck under your pillow. Because the hair fairy ain't coming. I'm watching you. But I'm sorry you're going through that. You're kissing their asses so much you got doo-doo stains on the corner of your mouth. Wipe. I need you to wipe. And don't get me wrong, these girls' hairs are beautiful. You can compliment other women on their beauty. But why do you have to down your own hair textures in order to praise theirs? Why is it that you don't feel any shame in doing that? Cries in 4C. Are you not ashamed of yourself? This is embarrassing. Are you not embarrassed? Be embarrassed! In every curly hair creator's comment section lurks a low self-esteemed 4C girly trying to let everyone know how much she hates her hair, wanting attention and pity for reasons best known to her. Look at this one girl in this creator's comment section. I think this girl has 4A hair, so it's curlier. But why do you have to do this? She watches a video of a girl with 4A hair doing a wash and go, and she comes there and she's like, silently cries, I have 4C hair. And look at you getting ignored. You thought you were going to get a pat on the back and a virtual therapy session? The ghetto. Don't you realize these type of comments can actually make the people who don't have your hair type uncomfortable? You know, in a twisted way, no pun intended, these girls believe being open about their, I wouldn't call it insecurities at this point, I'll call it a lack of shame, makes other people more accepting of their 4C hair and makes them seem funny and chill and like a girl's girl who is not afraid to give other girls their flowers. You know, when people are born with a disability and they own it and make jokes about it, and it just makes them all the more likable. They think they are doing the same thing. They think people would say, oh well, at least she knows what she's got and is not afraid to make a joke out of a situation. But outsiders are just looking on in awkward silences. The ones who didn't think anything was wrong with your hair before are genuinely confused and going, oh well, if she thinks something is wrong with her hair, maybe something really is. Actually, looking at it now, it just looks some type of way. Yeah, I see it. It is kind of ugly. Yikes. Nobody feels sorry for you. When you and the other miserables unite in the comments to moan about your 4C hair curse, you let the world know how they were right for branding 4C hair the worst hair type, and the people around you will mirror that mindset. Nobody has the time to be jumping in defense of your own hair all the time to reassure you and give you words of affirmation. They won't do what your own mothers failed to do. Respectfully. We are bored. If you have a problem, solve it. Don't keep complaining. Do something. Because the rest of us who love our 4C hairs have to be forced to listen to your disses and self-degradation whenever we're just trying to scroll by. And the worst is everyone thinking we all feel that way about our hairs. No, we don't. Some people actually love their tightly curled or coiled hair. 4C hair is not a disability, and downing it publicly won't get you any brownie points or sympathy. It won't make you any more charismatic or funny for quote-unquote keeping it real. People are laughing at you and the other miserables, not with you. The girls you are uplifting while putting yourself down are looking down on you. They know exactly what to say now to knock you down when they have an altercation with you or your types. Oh, please, you girls don't even love yourselves. That's why you're wearing wigs that look like my hair. I woke up like this. You literally had to put pin curls in your hair for 4 days to achieve that, and it still won't last for over a day. You'll never have what I have. Now you're there, stuttering and flapping around like a fish on dry land. You thought because you quote-unquote owned and publicized this insecurity of yours, it still couldn't be thrown back in your face in the worst possible way? You thought it would make you look less stupid if someone used them against you, or you thought that only you had the freedom to do that? Think about it. When you lift someone and place them higher than you, and you begin to roll yourself on the ground, beneath them, at their feet, when they want to address you, they have no choice but to look down on you. They are not going to address you as an equal. No matter how good intentioned someone is, when you tell them, oh, you're so much better than me. I wish I was you. I want to be you so bad. I'm down here. You're up there. They may feel bad for you at first, but then they soon get a chip on their shoulders. All their own insecurities about their lives would pale in the face of yours. They think to themselves, oh wow, I'm that great? That cool? Hell yeah, I am. Oh yeah, let me pretend to be sad and concerned to reassure her. I mean, look at her. She's begging to be validated. Then they clear their throats if they're nice and say, no, you're not as bad as you think. You're better, blah, blah, blah. But they know now that if you're good, they are better. And if you're a zero, then they are the one. And nothing cheers most people up than knowing I may have it bad, but some people have it worse, no matter how good of a person they are. Let's look at the comments under this video. Oh, thank you. This is like the girls with the hair type she's praising. Then we have this comment that say, yes, the 3B and 3C girlies are having it so good. My hair would stay in a sew-in. Another person said, I feel acknowledged. Thank you, sis. And somebody said, I can't foresee that for me. It has me so weak. So funny. Is that the first time you're hearing that? I mean, be for real. And then, wait, I feel important now. Those girls are elite. cries in 4C. And that person said, because I've been fighting for my life with this 4C. And somebody is like, it's the caption for me. It's so funny. This is the variety of comments that we see under this type of videos. And it's she mentioned like these girls that have this hair type don't have to deal with heat damage when they are doing their leave out extensions. So basically the leave out extensions are those type of wigs that you have to bring out a section of your hair to cover where the wigs start from, so it all blends in and is seamless. So my question is, why do you think that you with a completely different hair texture wearing a half wig or a leave out wig, whatever it is you call it, that is completely different from your hair texture makes sense? Tell me where they do that at. Where do they do that at? And now you're saying those girls don't have to deal with heat damage, blah, blah. Of course, they don't have to deal with heat damage or over manipulating their hair. They are wearing textures that actually match their own hairs perfectly. If you want to wear those water curls you like so much, why don't you get a full wig where you don't have to bring out your hair? Why do you do these things to yourself? You shoot yourself in the foot and turn around to say, who did that? You won't have heat damage or a hard time if you wore half wigs that match your own hair type. You look ridiculous when your real hair looks very different from the wig, and we can all see it. You're frustrated because you only find wigs that look like someone else's hair pretty and won't stop trying to make your hair look like what it's not. Creating a safe space for people to down your own features is insane. Like, who raised these girls that do this? Nobody that do not know you feels sorry for you or want you to feel good about yourself. Truly. Yinka Naturalista says it best.
The only woman in the world that actually truly wants you to be better than her is your mother. Everybody else, they may want you to do well for yourself, but they'll never want you to do better than them. So when you complain about your hair, when you talk down about your hair, when you say negative things about the state of your hair, you're just making those people feel good about themselves. You're literally just giving them an ego boost. They don't feel sorry for you. Nobody feels sorry for you.
If God forbid I went up to a white person and said, oh wow, you have it so easy. Your skin is so beautiful. Mine isn't. I'm kind of jealous of you. Heavy on the God forbid though. Very heavy on it. And I say things like, how does it feel to be God's favorite? I mean, I just don't like being black. I'm jealous. I don't look like you. They might feel mortified that I'm saying these things to them. Horrified, awkward, uncomfortable. But in the process of uplifting them and throwing myself at their feet, I'm also reaffirming them. Like, I'm letting them know that I agree with white supremacy. Even if that person isn't racist, they can't help but feel above you in a way. See how that works? Anyways, let's leave the saddies and talk about the bad. I've quoted Yinka Naturalista in this video, but let's talk about those creators that make it a positive experience to have 4C hair. I'm going to start with my good sis, Yinka Naturalista. She's a Nigerian American hair and lifestyle content creator who I really enjoy watching. I think every girl who has 4C hair should be watching her. I actually think everyone should be watching her. Her vibe is so positive. Talk about positive representation of natural hair. I've never for once since I started watching Yinka heard her say a negative word about her 4C hair. She's the epitome of feminine joy, inner contentment, and constant self-improvement. I know she's way more popular on here, but there's still a chance that somebody watching this may not have encountered her channel or videos. And if you're in dire need of natural hair content creators who show you how to slay, be confident, and borderline arrogant about being unapologetically 4C, you should subscribe to her channel, honey. She's giving you story times, glamour, pep talks, and a little scolding, if you will, fashion, and healthy eating habits. Don't tune in to the saddies that suck out your energy to make everyone as miserable as they are. Follow the girls with Sabi. The next Sabi girl I like on here is Glory O'Kings. Oh my lord, Glory makes the most glamorous, elegant hairstyles with her short 4C hair. I especially love how she doesn't use gels or excess products to achieve these hairstyles or make her hair look a different texture when she styles it. And I really, really, truly wish we could get hairstylists on Glory O'King's wavelength to be put on movie sets to style the girls with type 4 hairs so we can have good 4C representation on TV. Or even models walking the runway. Because the way they make black models shave their heads because they can't style it is still insane to me. So if you don't already, go follow Glory O'Kings. I'm tired of the tired wigs and weaves and the leave-outs looking a mess because you guys refuse. Simply refuse to get extensions that match your own hair type. Or at least wear a full wig when you know that your hair will never look like those extensions you are forcing it to mimic. And that's why you girls get so frustrated. You look ridiculous wearing those water curls, U-part wigs, and leaving your 4C hair out. Why are you annoyed or surprised that it didn't blend in? What were you expecting? Imagine a redhead with straight hair wearing a black kinky wig and leaving their hair out thinking she ate. No, imagine that. It's like me going to the market to buy a white foundation and slathering it all over my brown face and being surprised and frustrated that it won't blend in. No, babes. I would look a mess. I would look casket ready. Just the other day, someone came in my comments like, for those of us who have had people mock us over our natural hair, please don't let channels like this make you feel less valid. They also want to tell us that it's all in our heads without knowing us. Hopefully, we will all love our hair one day, but don't let these self-righteous ladies put you down for not embracing your hair immediately. It's a journey. Mind you, this was a video of me criticizing the "don't bring your natural hair to my event" lady. Can you see what I mean? They never want solutions. They just want to kumbaya and bond over their problems. It's exhausting. What has hating your natural hair and letting the world know that done for you or your self-esteem? Genuinely, evil channels like mine shouldn't let you feel less valid. In fact, let me open a group chat for cussing out 4C hair, and we can meet every Monday, Wednesdays, and weekends to discuss our deep hatred for it so we can be sure it's real and valid and not in our heads. How about that? My goodness, you are hoping someday you will love your hair, but I'll tell you now, it will never happen. If you continue to give audience to people who hate your hair and continue to bond over hating your hair with other girls like you will never get to like your hair. Every comment section, people are bashing 4C. You're there. Your following and your For You page is filled with girls with looser curls, but you're hoping you will accept yourself one day. You have a dream that one day you must think you are Martin Luther King. If you don't do the work, nobody is coming to bibbity bobbity boop some confidence and self-love into you. Nobody is coming to save you. And interacting with and validating content like that is clearly not helping. Then you go on to create daughters with the same broken mindset as you, and the cycle continues. It's sad. Anyways, a word, or in this case, an entire video essay, is enough for the wise. You can do the work or remain miserable. It's up to you. Take care, besties, and I'll see you in my next one. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Bye!